Okay, so we are looking at exercise 6-4 on page 637. We are only doing FIFO, and I only asked you to do cost of goods sold, but I will figure out the ending inventory as well. But cost of goods sold using FIFO. Okay, so let's read the problem. It says, Mather sells a snowboard Easy Slide that is popular with snowboard enthusiasts. Below is information relating to Mather's purchases of Easy Slide snowboards during September. During the same month, 102 Easy Slide snowboards were sold. Mather uses a periodic inventory system. And so they have everything right there in a nice graph chart for you. And I have it on the screen here. If you could see that, there's the nice chart that is a replica of what you see on the page in the book on page 637. Instructions: compute the ending inventory at September 30th and cost of goods sold using FIFO, LIFO, and average cost methods. For average cost, round to the 3 decimal places. Okay, I asked you to do FIFO and cost of goods sold. So FIFO and cost of goods sold. We're going to do that first. So first we go through the questions. What is the type? The type is FIFO. Okay, so that tells us that on our little chart here, we're only going to be working on this left side, the FIFO side, to get our direction. What do we want to know? Cost of goods sold. Okay, it says if it asks you for both, you solve for whatever it asks you for first. This problem asks for ending inventory first, but I'm telling you we're just going to do cost of goods sold. Find our direction. So if we look at the chart for FIFO, on the left hand side of that black box, we see that, if you could see this, FIFO, the cost of goods sold starts from the top down. Top down, that's our direction. Number 3, find your direction, top down. So we're going to go from the top down until we get to the number of units that were sold. Okay, how many units were sold? Well, they told us in the problem, 102 Easy Slide snowboards were sold. So 102 is the number that we're trying to get to, 102, okay? So we're going to go from the top down until we get to 102. So we look over here at the chart, we see that the very first item is September 1, 12 units at $100 each for a total cost of $1,200. So we're going to take all 12 of those because we're trying to get to 102, right? So September 1, we've got 12 units at $100 each for a total of $1,200, okay? So now, how many more do we need to get to 102? We need 90 more to get to 102, 90 more units. So we go to the next line down, we see there's 45 units. So we're going to need all 45 because we're trying to get to 90. So we come over to our proof box, September 12th. There's 45 units for $103 each for a total of $4,635. Okay, so now we have 12 plus 45, that's 57 units. How many more do we need to get to 102? We need 45 more units to get to 102. 45 more to get to 102. So if we come over here to the chart, we've already done the first line. We've already done the second line. Now we're down at the third line, and we see that there's 50 units there. But we only need 45 of those 50. We only need 45 of those 50. So we're going to take 45 of those units, okay? 45 of those units. So the date is September, we're taking it from the September 19th purchases. We're taking 45 of those units. Those cost $104 each. If we look up there, it shows 50 units at $104 each, right? But we're only taking 45 because that's all we need. So if we take 45 units times $104 each, that gives us a total for that line of $46.80, okay? So now we have 45 units plus 45 units plus 12 units. We have 102 units. We have our total number of units, right? So our total number of units is 102, and that's what we wanted to get to. So our total cost for those 102 units is $1,200 plus $46.35 plus $46.80. So our total number, or our total cost of those units, cost of goods sold, was $10,015. So our cost of goods sold was $10,515. $10,515. That's our cost of goods sold. $10,515. Now, let's just say the problem said, well, what does the ending inventory cost? Well, the really super way you can do the ending inventory cost is you start with the cost of all the goods available for sale. So the cost of all the goods available for sale was $13,135. So the total cost of all 127 units was $13,135. We know that we sold $10,515 worth. So if we take the $13,135 minus what we sold at $10,515, we get an ending inventory cost of $26.20. So let's say that we just want, we're afraid we did our math. We want to do the proof. We always want to do the proof. So in order to do the proof for this problem, what we do is we come back over to our chart. What is the type? FIFO. What do we want to know? Ending inventory. What's our direction? So for FIFO, the ending inventory is from the bottom up. So our direction is the bottom up. So bottom up until we get to the number of units in ending inventory. Well, they don't tell us what the number of units in ending inventory are, but we have all the information we need to figure that out. So we started with 127 units. The number of units available was 127. We know that because they show it here in the problem. The total number available was 127. We know that we sold 102 because the problem told us that we sold 102, right? So that means that we have left in ending inventory, ending inventory, 25 units are left in ending inventory. 25 units are left in ending inventory, okay? So we're gonna count from the bottom up until we get to 25 units to get our cost. So the proof for the ending inventory, we're gonna start at the bottom up. So the bottom shows September 26th, there's 20 units at $105 each. So we're gonna take all 20 because we want to get to 25. So we've got September 26th, we've got 20 units at $105 each for a total of $2,100. Okay, so we have 20 units. We're trying to get to 25. That's how many are in the ending inventory. So that means we need 5 more units. So we're going to go over to the chart. We're going bottom up, right? We did the very last one, the bottom. We're going to go to the next one up. There's 50 units there at $104 each. But we only need 5 of those to make our 25. We only need 5 of those units. So we're going to take 5 of them. So September 19th, we're going to take 5 of those units and they each cost $104. So 5 units times $104 gives us a total for those units of $520. So now we have a total of 25 units and we have a total cost of $2,100 plus $520. That gives us $2,620. So now we just proved that our ending inventory does in fact match what we said it would be, $2,620. So that's the proof for the ending inventory using FIFO.